So good morning guys, it's a beautiful day here on the farm. Look at that, the sun is out. Look at that greenery, it's nice, just perfect for the eyes. So as I told you last week guys, I'll be showing you how to mix these feeds, the chicken feeds. Now in this case we're not going to use you know layer concentrates as I was using like 4 weeks ago. So I just remind you, the past 1 month I've been using concentrates, but this time round I decided to fetch my own material. So this is what I'll be using. So you can see, first of all, we have the Fishmeal right there. You can look at that as a Fishmeal. Now if your chicks are young, let's say 0 to maybe 3-4 weeks, you can actually crush this. You can have this milled into powder so that they can be able to swallow it easily. But mine are already past 3 months, so those are big chickens, they can easily swallow this. And these are just smaller pieces. Can just look at that, they're very tiny, so they can easily be swallowed by a grown chicken. So that's what I'll be using so for the protein source. Now the other thing I need for the protein is the soya, so which has a DCP of around 46%. So I'll be calculating that later, be showing you how to calculate that later. So this is the soya which has been crushed already. Look at that, very nice. It even smells nice. The smell is awesome guys, almost similar to the smell of a nicely baked cake, you see. So it's very nice. So I've been told that the good smell or that unique aroma is because of the oil inside the soya. So that's what makes it smell nicely. So that's it. Look at that. So big pieces, some of it, but the chickens can easily swallow that. I don't have a problem with that. So the next thing we need is look at that, we have this maize bran. Maize bran is very light, like that. We have so I'm mixing 200 kilos, which means I'll need two bags, which is 50 kg of maize bran, and then I'll need 45 kgs of whole maize, and whole maize is right here. Sorry, I'm just stepping on this because I've actually washed my feet, so there's no problem with that. But if your feet are dirty, you may want to clean those, because you have to make sure the environment is clean before you mix the feeds. Again, my feeds are placed on tarpaulin. These are black plastic paper, the tarpaulin, which I use for mixing. So the maize is right here. This one is not crushed. I'd actually placed it right here. It's a bit mixed up, but you can see some of these are huge pieces, but it will just do the work. It will do the work, you see. So guys, in addition to that, we also have this is limestone. It's actually powdery. This is limestone because it's very dark. So I'll be using that. It depends on the kilos that you want. So for this is 200 kg, which means I'll need 6 kilos of limestone. Now my chickens are heading towards egg laying. We should be expecting our first egg in the next if not 5 weeks. The next 4 to 5 weeks or less than that, we should be expecting our first egg. So which means the amount of limestone I'll be using is actually going to increase as we get near to that period. So for this time I'll be using 6 kilos, but when you get to laying, it should be all the way up to 10 kilos. Now that's if you are making 200 kilos of feeds. So the other thing apart from those two guys, we also need a salt. You see, These are just table salt. We'll be using that. Now these are 300 grams, and then we also have some amino acids, important additions or additives that you need. Funny story, a guy measured this for me. It was weighed. This is around I don't know, it is supposed to be 250 grams. I think these are 250 grams. Yeah, so this is the one that I'll be using. So this is lysine. So I know that the fish meal has methionine, which is another element or rather mineral additive that you need. So it has that, and then also soya has that, but also sunflower has methionine. But I'll not be using sunflower today because of a number of reasons. Because you see, when you're mixing these, collecting these raw materials, you collect them according to the prices. So sunflower, I find it to be very expensive compared to the fish meal. Again, the percentage of DCP in fish meal is way bigger, it's way higher. That's way more than 50 to 60%. You see, that's the digestible crude protein in fish meal. So 60%, that's a very good number. So again, for soya, it is 46%, 45 to 46%. That is crude protein. So 45 and 55 or 60%, you see, for soya and fish meal respectively. So that's why I choose those two to use, because sunflower has a DCP of around 25%, 25 to 30%, depending on the state of the sunflower. So you choose these materials depending on the price. That's first of all, and then two, for me personally, I consider the DCP percentages. So that's why I went for fish meal and sunflower. So those two will make a good mix, guys. So let's see for the calculations. Let's do some calculations here to see just how to go about this.